we got to find ways to have energy the whole game.
How are you guys going to produce offense? I know it's been a struggle the last 5 or 6 games. You guys haven't reached 90 points. Talk about some of the struggles offensively in the last couple games.
We first got to stop guys. Once we stop guys, we get out and run. I mean, we're not going to be able to play a whole lot of half-court set when we do. We're going to play through Dre. Let Dre make plays out of the post, go out of the post, and that's what we're going to do.
Just talk about how Sean played and what type of lift he gave you guys in the fourth quarter.
Well, Sean's obviously a great player. You know, he had a lot of potential and then had his injury. We know what he's capable of. It's a matter of him getting in game shape and getting comfortable with what we're doing. And he creates a big time mismatch. Especially tonight when you have Aaron Brooks and Kyle Lowry guarding him, he's 6'7". Can see over the defense and make plays.
You got the lockout special coming up the next 3 games, back-to-back nights.
Yeah, it should be fun. The bottom line is we got to play 82 games this year. Now it's a different way of playing the 82 games. We'll go out and play, and we're going to bring it with a lot of energy.
Talk about just how'd you do with your body over that period to play 3 games?
Just got to take care of it. It's the whole year you got to take care of your body, but when you play 3 games, especially when you're going to play 5 games in 6 nights, you got to be able to take care of your body, and we'll do that, and we'll do what we have to do to win.
You look at your opponents over that stretch from Atlanta, Orlando in the mix, and then Detroit. You haven't beat them all year.
Obviously, we have our hands full. I don't think it really matters who you're going to play in that stretch. It's going to be tough. It makes it a little more difficult when it's the competition's like that. But you got to play those guys. Like I said, you play 82 games. You play those guys 2 and 4 times a year. Go out there and play them.
You took 4 shots, I think, in the first couple minutes of the game. Was this one of those games where you felt like you needed to lift your shot a little more?
The energy level really wasn't there. I could feel it. Got a little aggressive early. Like I said from the beginning of the year, I'm going to pick my spots, and I felt like I could get it going there a little early and try to carry it over.
That's something I was thinking about. I was, thinking about that the whole time on the bench, trying to get myself right. And tonight I came out trying to be aggressive.
Who praised how hard you were playing? He said get you to play hard even when shots aren't going in. It's the next step. Is it harder to kind of go out there and play well when your shot's not falling?
Oh yeah. It's plus for a player like me, if I feel if I don't play well, I come out. So I gotta go out there, play with it, with everything. And if my shot not falling, I feel like that's my game, really.
Nick, what have you seen in Andray's maturation over the last couple of weeks?
Oh, he's playing great. He's been unstoppable. Something I've seen from him since I came here, in practice, and it's just his time now. So we just gotta lead us.
You said the other day you need to play your game instead of kind of just playing against someone else's game. Did you play your game tonight, would you say?
Oh yeah, just being me, trying to get comfortable out there, trying to be aggressive, playing the game I played all my life, and playing it, with confidence.
Sean played 20 minutes tonight. It's more than he'd played. Livingston, what did you see from him? What did you think?
Oh, it was great point guard. Got that eye vision, could see everything out there on the floor. Big guard, and he's starting to get his, mojo back. The more he just let play and let the mistakes just go, he's gonna be back to normal.
Nick, what do you think is this next stretch going to do for the rotation, and just what kind of opportunity is it for guys just wherever they are in that pecking order to step up?
Just be ready, and don't go out there playing scared. Just play your game how you've been playing it. That's the key to playing basketball, being yourself out there.
Today was by far the worst game I played since the second half. My shot, I started off good. The rim looked wide to me, and then all of a sudden it just tightened up. And me as a player, I kept forcing it. And same results kept coming. And I tried to make some passes to get my teammates off, and same thing was going on. Wasn't going in for them either. And I just. Coach said it to me on the bench. It was like a quicksand. I kept trying to fight harder and harder, and just made it worse and worse for me. And it was just bad shooting game for me.
Did Houston do anything in particular kind of take you out of your game, or did you just?
No, I just had that was just on me. It wasn't like that was doing super double teaming me. I just bad shooting night. The rim was tight. The ball going in and out, shooting air balls. It was the worst game I played in by far.
Did their physicality do anything? I mean, it seemed like they were bodying you up a lot.
Chuck Hayes is a strong guy, man. Chuck Hayes, he's a big guy. I'm trying to back him down. He wasn't moving. You know, I wanted to get to my face-up game, but, you know, they wanted me to, you know, stay with my back to the basket and try to make things happen that way. But, you know, just a bad shooting night.
Andre, how do you feel you're coming along and sort of developing what sort of the one or two moves that you can rely upon each night?
It's coming. It's good. You know, I have two great go-to moves on right block and the left block. I mean, like I said, it was just, you know, a terrible shooting night for me. You know, 9 for 22 was a terrible job. Ball was going in and out. I was forcing stuff. I was forcing shots. You know, just got to, you know, come in the gym tomorrow, get some shots in, and then hopefully, you know, my shot fall for me next game.
What do you think was the source of the turnovers in particular tonight? You get 5.
Yeah, frustration. You know, trying to make a great pass or trying to make a great play, give us energy. You know, just frustration, turnovers.
You talking about this next stretch of games you got coming up? You got back-to-back coming up. How do you prepare physically for something like that?
Rest. You know, rest. You know, with me, definitely me, it's gonna be rest and mental. You know, I want to, you know, keep my head straight, get a lot of rest, drink a lot of water, and hopefully come in my shot. You know, the rim won't be as tight as it was for me tonight.
You just talk about just when you knew the game was gonna get postponed and you saw the schedule change. What were you thinking at that point?
What's the Atlanta game?
Yeah, the Atlanta game.
I mean, I didn't really check until this week. You know, I don't really get ahead of myself. I just take one game at a time, and I seen it, you know, yesterday. We had a 3-game stretch coming up. We just got to come out and play our game. You know, guys off the bench got to be ready because, you know, guys gonna be a little winded. We'll be all right.
Can you guys talk about playing their bigs and shots, like they were beating you guys down the court, scoring?
Let me tell you what they do. I see what they was doing. I noticed it. It's like whenever we crash, like say if I crash, then Hayes would just get out. He just get out and run. Or say if JaVale crashed, Scola just get out and run. So it was like some way somehow it'd always be two bigs against one of our bigs. Because like if one of us crashed, the other one would just take off.
How do you combat that? What do you do?
If we crash, we definitely get the rebound. If not, you just get back.
You guys struggled in the third quarter a little bit with them. Did they change something up?
I mean, no, we just wouldn't hit our shots. We was, you know, they probably just knocked us out of our rhythm. You know, our rhythm was knocked out of place. And that's about it, really.
Did that have to do with their transition, the bigs running?
I mean, we was prepared to know that. I mean, you know, our coaching staff told us that's what they was going to do. So we were well prepared for that. We just, I don't know.